Hi everybody, it's Edith. This is update 1 for week 4 for case study 2, and I just kind of wanted to let you know where I'm at in regards to this little small scale qualitative study. And so what I have done thus far is, as you can see here with the tabs, the first tab on the far left is the actual case study, the paper that I'm working on, and then I have the responses, the interviews for each of the 5 participants. You'll only see that you'll see that there are 4. However, participants 2 and 3, it's a combined effort. They use the pronoun we in their responses. There were some times when I did get some separate responses from each one, and I did note those in my paper. So let's see where I'm at. I have a basic format for perceptions of the U.S.-Mexican border. I have written a little abstract. Of course, I'm not finished with that yet. I need to do the findings before I can finish that up. I have an introduction, I have a problem statement, a rationale for the study. I'm in the midst of a literature review. As you can see in here, let's see where I'm at. As you can see in my case study 2, I do have articles that I'm going to be looking at. I probably won't use, right now I have 6 articles, I probably won't use them all. But I kind of, in order to get a frame of reference, I always like to do some research on a topic. So that's where I'm at with regards to that. Let's see, let me go back here. So I'm looking at the literature review. I'm trying to just kind of put it all together, kind of mesh it all together so that it makes sense. I have my research design and methods. I'll be inserting the overview of the design and the population and study sample. For research methodology, I've already listed the sources of data and data collection methods. Actually, I have the data collection methods right here. It talks about using email responses on a Microsoft Word document, that should be document, by all 5 participants, as well as brief face-to-face interviews with participants 2, 3, 4, and 5 for clarification purposes. When we did the actual face-to-face interviews, the participants asked if they could just kind of look at their email responses and fix them as we were doing this face-to-face interview. So it was a face-to-face interview, but really they instead of like me recording what they were saying, they chose actually to just kind of modify or edit their responses. And so that's what we did, and of course I respected their wishes as to what they wanted to do. As you can see, I've inserted the 10 questions that I've asked them. I talked about the data analysis process, which is kind of what I'm in the midst of doing right now as well. The data was analyzed using text analysis. The data analysis process began by reading through each of the responses and finding repeated terms. And then what I did is I found like some terms. I kind of browsed through the responses here, and I kind of looked for some terms that I felt were being repeated. And so what I did is I did a find for each one, for each term. For example, let me use the term government. And so, as you can tell, this participant used the term government twice. And so what I did is I've made an Excel spreadsheet, and I've taken the term, this is called coding. So I'm in the coding process. I'm coding my terms right now, and so the number of times that these particular words were used is here. This is the total number. This is how many times it was used by participant 1, participants 2 and 3, participant 4, and participant 5. And so then what I'm going to do with this information is I'm going to look at the terms, and I'm going to try to I guess kind of fit them together in overarching themes. So I'll probably have between 3 to 5 overarching themes that I'll be using. Now I still have room here. I'm still looking at the responses and analyzing them and that kind of thing. And so that's where I'm at with regards to that particular the data analysis process. And then I will use further coding strategies to. I'm kind of thinking about maybe using coding strategies such as L for things that deal with legalities, E for things that deal with education, or P, things that deal with personal underpinnings. And then I was thinking about taking it even one step further and using what is called biopsychology to determine if the response was based on emotion, and if so, to what degree, or was it based on logic? Was it based on emotion or logic? And so I have a lowercase e and a lowercase l for emotion and logic. I have an uppercase L for legal, uppercase E for education, and uppercase P for personal. So I'm kind of thinking about doing something like that. This might change. It's just a thought for right now. I talk about code of ethics of human subjects and data management, the data results and findings. Here's where I have all of the responses. As you can see, the question is here, and then the answer given by participant 1, participants 2 and 3, participant 4 and 5. And I have this for all 10 questions. I have all of the information here for each of the questions. And the next section that I have is, oh, by the way, when I was doing the face-to-face with participants 2 and 3, they actually I added 4 more questions. I added 4 more questions to their responses, and I put it in the last section. Just through our dialogue, these particular questions just surfaced, and I know that happens from time to time. And so I'm looking at the discussions of analysis and findings. You can tell I kind of have some notes here as to what I need to do for each of these sections. My conclusions, the strengths and weaknesses of the study, and then the further research and recommendations, and then of course my references and my appendices will go here. Sorry about that. And so that's where I'm at this point. I still have a lot of work to do. I need to really delve into this data, the coding and data analysis, and see what kinds of themes, overarching themes, I can come up with. So I wish everyone luck and success with their own respective studies, and I hope that everyone is doing well and everyone is staying safe from this treacherous rain storm that we're having. It's been kind of crazy. My dogs have been going a little bit nuts around here, but all is well. I wish everyone well, and I hope you have a good evening. Goodbye, everybody.